dive, threat.
Okay.
So okay, they're playing for the team. The Rakan going to round things out, provide the team with a little bit more engage. A lot of front to back on the side of Heretics. A lot of decent
It's just to walk mid and see what they can do with their response. Stand at least feigning that he's going bot towards Dragon. Maybe that's followed by Kazi's bot, or Kazi and the rest of Vitality as well.
Sheo is a player that does love his dragons historically. I don't know if that's entirely true for Heretics this split, but that's going to be their focus at the very least in this game. Stand the knockup.
Seismic shove. Niski pulverizes, gets a good setup. Carlson rolls in as well. Good ulti. The top laner of Team Heretics has carried this fight, and the follow-up from Blackett is that much damage. Chayak gets the ulti away. Team Heretics with 2 big kills.
The clear difference being that Carlson was ready to counter jungling ways.
And look, his camp's still up as well.
He's level 6.
He's got all the freedom in the world. He can just ulti Linces.
Stend is moving.
Oh, ulti sent out. Linces, good sidestep. As you said, Stend is ready to recover it though. So Linces at half HP, permafrost. It's a Rakan, it's melee, and it's just that easily done. Linces looking to get his escaping blow, but from Stand auto, no. It's Sheo in the end who burns his flash as well. Okay,
2 flashes had to be committed there, so it's a little awkward, but they get the kill. Makes his way through his jungle camps, as you highlighted. So it's kind of that idea of what are you spending your time doing, and of course, Heretics don't have to be worried because they're aware that Linces is taking the dragon, so the likelihood of them getting ganked is lower. And that would have been mean to Carlson.
I beg your pardon. What the hell?
Kidding.
Yeah, you better. I'm gonna tell IG you said that, bro. He is the second coming. Niski, though, might have to come in quick. He pops the ult here, at least gets the engaged with trample, but as a return, Camilla's going to dive for it. Jumping in is Sheo, who is a 3-kill monster, getting hard stilt sacks for absolutely free because he's just not dying at this point. More follow-up damage needed. True Shot Barrage walked into, but it's enough to enable Blackett. A trade again. A 2-for-2 in the fight as Blackett looks to take a 1v2, chasing them down. He's got flash available onto Kazi. The auto attack, the flash for Nord. Blackett taking care of business. This virus is also unleashed now.
It's a 2-for-3 in favor of Heretics is super beefy, which means that it's kind of up to Heretics. They can decide when a lot of the action is happening just because of how much stronger Sheo is. So the game state is not very nice.
Nucko, hang on, wait for the Q, just flashes W's instead. That'll at least give them less of the burden of execution.
Well, so this is what Vitality is doing. It's going to be providing a lot of the AP damage, is at a pretty significant deficit.
But Linces on a ward. Good moment for Heretics. Set up with the Glacial Prison as well. Charm goes in, but flash away. Linces escapes successful. Team Heretics now deep with Niski on a perfect angle. Blackett has to flash away, but Niski's still on the chase with his trample with Chayak. Looking to run this far as down. Nucko joins in. And Vitality with a breath of fresh air. Good shutdown here as the response from Team Heretics needs to be to get the hell out of dodge, but look how deep they are. Linces can at least stop this, get in the way. Stand is first up, and Sheo not far to go. Cease and desist behind enemy lines. Linces is just keeping and buying time. Vitality have caught Team Heretics by the tippy toes and shutdowns galore as Heretics paid for it with gold.
It was only supposed to be a quick pick. Heretics chased them down, and notice in this situation it was a pick into another pick into another pick. It was all the members of Vitality kind of chipping away at Heretics one by one, getting themselves
into the wave. Carlson has to be very careful here. He has ulti available, he has flash available, he's lensing. On the edge of the brush, sees him. Okay, he lacerates out, but it might be too late. It's a nice counter-strike as well, and shut down over to Nucko. The rank 1 of EU West is accelerated.
I mean, that was a nice pick from Vitality, as now their side laners are becoming very, very scary. The response from Sheo is a good one, as they try to put pressure down onto the mid lane. They're going to get another charge off. Kazi really can't do much about it. But the mid tower
Carlson made the full way down on foot. Top wave, mid wave for now. They're just going to meet in the middle, so we ignore them. We look directly towards the 5v5 as Sheo drops a smite in the first Weaver's Wall that I've seen. Camilo layers it, but Linces to try and escape from it. A seismic shot won't connect to Sten. Gets poked by the ulti from Kazi. Vitality feeling good. They're getting some real heavy damage down as Carlson's a target isolated away from the rest of the team. He hits Nucko back well. No one started the dragon off really. It's just about the scuttle crab. Blows thrown and taken on each side.
Oh, this Arakan aggroed very far out of the pit. As Camilo takes a bit of damage. Heretics have to be careful about their re-entry. Linces is looking for the pick. Heretics being isolated like this is fantastic for the Vi. Trying to control the flanks. Nucko goes back to base, has the TP available. He doesn't need to commit it though. They do of course have the Hex Gates, and he's going to use them to get back to the fight quickly. It's Heretics, though, that's on the objective, and Vitality, it looks like they're just giving this one up.
The patience is holding. It's right on the edge of it. Really nicely pulled by Team Heretics. They look for the fight afterwards. A Sten gets a summoner out of Kazi with a re-engage from Niski. Sets up a 3-man pulverize. Is great, but Chance corruption of the counterplay. And Nucko has nowhere to go now. Jumps on the back line himself, but defensive play from Stenwell. Flacket has to space it out. Nucko not dying, though. His counter-strike's going to do everything. Onto Flacket, he fires through. I'm watching this, Jax. Biggest Team Heretics can't walk towards him. Vitality might not get the dragon, but in the end, they find some blood.
I mean, Vitality still lose the fight, though. It ends up being a... That's good.
Nice one.
Thanks for noticing.
Niski's the cow, bro.
Oh.
I was telling Jack yesterday, they call her pig sister in Chinese. As hold on that thought. Nucko, 3 members are here. Actually make it 4, make it 5. Flacket not far behind. It's a good permafrost, but Nucko buying time. He goes golden. He's now out of Seeker's though, and the setup from Carlson. Team Heretics thought, yeah, we'll help Nucko with this, but there's 5 members. They commit one by one. Soul is now both dead, and they were the ones with the gold lead.
And now Baron is up for grabs. Kazi will have some poke. Lintus is still alive. But it looks like, yeah, the pings are coming down on the dragon. The response there from Vitality, I get the logic. Chayak wanting to TP in to provide some assistance, but Heretics, I mean, they don't overcomplicate it. They just use their ultis, they follow up with CC, and they get themselves 2 easy kills and a Baron to boot.
Team Heretics also don't believe they're on the map. Dragon's going to be taken, so Vitality at least at Soul Point, which, as we know with Hex Tech Souls, is very important to know. But 4K gold lead now approaching. Team Heretics back into the swing of things. The Red Bull Baron power play is Sten. Base checking. Okay, he doesn't W the bush. He might just be dead. The Vial use as well. He's dead. We are throwing. It's like a game of cup and ball. Except everyone keeps missing a bloody cup. Niski, he's going to die as well. And now Kazi is in hell in a handbasket with Carlson right on top of this Ezreal's face. The damage immense. And right there in his place as Lintus managed to get over the seismic shot just out of range as well. But Arakan's been sitting there waiting for its objector, and I think Team Heretics are going to be it.
A clever play coming through from Vitality that ultimately ends in disaster. They set up a trap in Heretics jungle with the intention of punishing them as they make their way back out onto the map, catching an unsuspecting Heretics. The Heretics was quick on the response. Their collapse was fast and ruthless, and they found 2 picks for themselves, converting that into 2 additional towers. Heretics was... And so, yeah, my English is just atrocious today, I must say.
That's all right. You were born there, but you should, you know.
Yeah, I will say that people that study English, I often find are better at English than I am.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right. But you're better at German, I think. Your German's very good.
Yeah,
yeah. All 10 words of it is, sorry, it's about
another tower going to be secured for Heretics as they convert that into a second. 30 seconds left of the Baron, and that's quite an effective Red Bull Baron power play, one could say.
And you being one? I don't blame both teams for not really looking at it seriously. As Camilo might be the bullying target again. Good seismic shot, but that just puts them into range. So now Camilo doesn't have a turret. He has to flash away. Lintus under the inhibitor turret. He's going to find the kill, but he flashes too. It's a shutdown, but all of Team Heretics are waiting here. Blackett with an easy marksman angle, and Nucko, he's just going to drop as well. Blackett will pull up both kills, and it was an attempt. They're throwing all hell in the handbasket again.
They've got to get the resets off quickly, though, because the dragon's spawning in 40 seconds.
Next, you just think Baron, right?
Yep, we do the Baron.
We
yeah,
do the Baron.
Kind of like,
you're on the team.
It's the habit where, when I think about what a team wants to do, I put myself in the position of the team.
Yes.
Wilson has gone to go and catch the bot wave. Nucko's going to go back to base. Maybe he can spend some money prior to the upcoming fight, but Lintus, you're on a ward, buddy.
He's indeed, as he clears it out. That's not safety territory. Seismic shove, he's dead. Permafrost is that just easy. Lintus had no business being there, and he is evicted from the building.
I mean, I will say that this has been nothing short of a jungle gap throughout this entire game.
It has been.
From start to finish.
It's a jungle canyon.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. So now Vitality looking for a pick.
Blackett, good side steps, confidently walking up to an Ari, but Chayak gets good damage down, so teleport going to be churned by Carlson. He joins in the fray, now zoning off Nucko. Better condition for Vitality than you'd think with a 6k gold disadvantage. Carlson's doing good AoE, but Kazi just needs to keep poking out. True shot barrage as well. Okay, not onto Shao, that's not great, but they've found Carlson. Nuck-Nucker's going to play the fight. The ulti used though, and he doesn't have cleanse. Kazi walked in. Unfortunate, but what can you do? As Nuck-Nucker, you just have to find an angle, but not all roads were made the same. The Romans told us that, the medieval times told us that, and now in 2025, you know what a bloody road is. Nuck-Nucker's just walking back, and Team Heretics, this one, he kind of just meddling with things. Great skin idea, by the way, Betty. Harry Potter. You can't laugh at yourself. What can you do? Inhibitor turret's going to be taken down while Carlson deals with mid. Nuck-Nucker's trying to get the other side of the map. And that's just a point-blank ulti onto Niski. His introduction as a support role. This split has been a rough one. But this game especially, he's had Sten consistently been in his face. It's Vitality now onto the next turrets. Betty, I don't even think there's breathing room.
I don't think so either. Vitality will have to go for a last-ditch effort. Here we go.
There it is, jumping in. It's Camilo, but this time he gets away. It's a rarity. All flashes burnt because all summoners were up and available. And now Carlson gets to play the front to back. Carlsy trying again, but Nuck-Nucker, even though he gets to jump in, Camilo is going to poke it out. I mean, this Jax, he was fed, but now he's not. Game one over to Heretics, punishing the B. As busy as they tried to be, it was Team Heretics in the end who showed that jungle canyon from Shao.
Especially once you get level 2. But again, I think Heretics just have options in the early game, and I'm excited to see what Shao can do in the jungle matchup. And Linsus definitely doesn't want to get all his camp stolen again. Trying to farm, she's just going to use those autos, but Linsus sets his sights on the bot lane.
Level 3, trying to get proactive. Flash Winter's Bite, Stand in trouble, and he has no summoners. He lost it before. Kazi is just waiting on the gold. First blood over to Vitality. Great times, gang.
Easy, clean, and simple. Linsus in the mid lane, similar to what Shao has built up. Both junglers are now cross-mapping, one for Grubs, one for Dragon. Jack is doing what he can to trade back now with a bit of lifesteal under his belt. Should be a little bit healthier. When we look across the lanes...
Of reach. Kazi stepping up. All it takes is this next minion. The push-in wave. And Niski, Kazi, oh, they're going to be dead. Shao has waited. Valkyrie now out as well. And flash for the Cyclone. Great from ulti. But Shao, as Kazi flashes one more time, it's going to be an easy retreat. Take and kill. Niski gets out with his life, but Shao, patience was the game.
I mean, that's basically what he has been doing a great job this lane. He gets his 4th plate of the game. Impressive stuff.
Ooh, Sten might be caught out again, though, with concussive blows stacking up. The Renato hold is the only disengaged, but again, Cyclone's up in the air. Shao's done a good job of disengaging. It's a mosh pit, but Carlson running in is there first. Nuck-Nucker now zoning out. The ice will consume, but not completely envelop Team Heretics. They got the health bars, they got the Dragon. They got a one fight in their hands. The bot lane gets crushed.
Prior to this fight, Hysterics, you may remember that I said I think
Shao's spinning around somewhere, and Sten, even though he might be caught out here, we look at the 80 characters, they're fighting it out. Kazi going to be slowed down. Bullet time. A solo kill from Flacky D. Kazi gets put in his place.
Beautiful play from Flackhead as he finds that solo. It's only a 1.5k gold difference for now. But considering the lead that Nuck-Nucker had and the way that things were trending, look, now the items have come through. Blade of the Ruin King, Trinity Force. My bad. That's
it's like a cheat code for Kazi.
I was looking at the bottom, unfortunately.
Ooh, Shao. Niski just puts up the door, no response. Shao holds onto the ulti, and Flack is just walking into Kazi, and hang on, getting deja vu. And I think Niski is too, as Nuck-Nucker side laning is going well. And Nuck-Nucker, again, consistently in the series, has had an individual lead over Carlson. But is he the GOAT? Shao now has the Cyclone. Linsus doesn't pull the Impale out. Uses a smite, but Kazi just keeps getting whacked by Flackhead.
So again, I
might still come late, but...
Wait, but everyone's left from Vitality, so he's just doing it alone.
So he's trying to sneak it, question mark. Eyes exposed, though, and Shao's just going to run in with a level lead, but it is a bit of a bait. Impale as well. Chayak is now thinking about his angle with the ulti, but doesn't pull it off. Linsus Impale is now down to teleport from Vitality. It's a flash away from Sten. Shao caught on the trim of it, but that mid laner is about to go down, so Chayak now can't participate in the fight, but good zone control. Renato responds with a bullet time. The Herald goes down to Vitality in the end. Bromalt from Niski, ulti from Camilo. Carlson's here, there you go. Fire on the ground with Kazi flashing over. Into the Herald with the immediate spawn. I feel like I'm in an insane asylum. Team Heretics getting low. Nuck-Nucker, he is the true goat of the top lane. We dismiss that because we're fighting again around the pit. Carlson's gonna go down. Kazi's auto-attacking. Here's Chayak again. He teleported in. Shao's out of the back of the pit. I'm looks like a freaking mine! What is happening?
What just happened? I want to say that was a one-team fight for Vitality. They got the Herald. They're going to get the mid tower. Gosh, he gets in his base.
Shayo's dead.
He dropped.
Bye, Rayjan. Bye, Rayjan. Let's go.
It's not over.
Oh, Shayo might be dead. Chang has found him. Shayo to escape this one. It's impossible. Shut down. Hell yeah. None of this team fighting just around.
Because he got in the Rift Herald. He started knocking up all the members of Heretics. Then Nako catches Stend isolated on the top side. Then Niski tries to re-engage, is able to still survive. Carlson did miss that.
So mid turret's down. A 1k gold lead.
Oh my goodness.
And
so,
this is great. This is a lot of entertainment in one game.
Nako got the bot tower. He now just secured the top tower.
Wow, 3k.
The mid tower has fallen as well. Red buff at the very least is Shayo's, but Nako is a problem. And so Vitality, they can look to try and play through these side lanes, but right now, looks like they're playing for a pick.
There's sus on this team. Heretics, that ward in the river, spots it out over the wall, but stunned up. Camilo had the great idea of popping the ulti, but he's in shock. Stend again. He's just going to get ulti. Chayak over the wall, looks for a new target into Flack. A great knockup while Anivia burns them ice cold. A glacial storm, a wall in the way. Vitality in this series here to stay.
Pick after pick. Vitality find 3. They just wanted to try and challenge the enemy blue buff. They did exactly what Heretics tried to do in the previous game, but they make it work. Camilo, unfortunately, getting hit by timing more than anything. You just picked the wrong place. This is, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know,
And this is what I mean. Look at the damage a turret with 6 grubs. He's going to get pulled back in, but remember, he has Zhonya's. He'll get knocked into the air. Bullet time out. There's the shield. Redemption, not going to do too much, but he's bought some time, and thanks to Niski and the Impale, the bird lives. Ice cold as he goes into the egg, but burst is not enough for now, the egg. Not going to resurrect. Instead, he's withdrawing because they have Arakan. He has 2 different lives. Nako's still alive. Top, teleport down, maybe just to secure, he'll go to bot wave. Carlson just going to give this up because, again, Team Heretics can't find this. And Vetty, 2 Chemtech Dragons, 2 apiece.
You know, as Nako was flying across my screen, my first thought was, is it a bird, is it a plane? And then your response was going to be, in my head, yes, it is in fact a bird. I'm like, oh, okay.
So it's not even to the, I don't know, famous walls. It's not even that big yet. Wait for it. Stun, shock. And there's a glacial storm on Stend. He flashes away. Nako puts out the wall again. He's face checking into 4 people. Stend won't get a reset because Nako's golden. He flashes away. There's no egg to rely on, but the Impale has bought him time now. Nako is eventually going to die, but look at Kazi and Chayak. They're going to fill the void. They shut down for Carlson as he disengages, but Vitality are not done. Run, monkey, run. Vitality on the chase. Mega Blast Cone will get him out to safety, but all that for some cold bird.
Blast Cone. There's another Blast Cone.
Okay, Mega Blast Cone. He's just going to trim this out of the other side.
Leaping through the trees of the jungle.
Meanwhile,
Giant going to secure a mid-tier 1. I was going to say, I didn't like that Vitality just kind of forced it.
I mean, he does 700 damage with every E, and you said 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Now Shayo is ulting. Niski is facing the wrong way. He's holding the door, but to who? As Mega Blast Cone really nicely done from Lenses, but attempted to steal Shayo on the back, and he gets stunned up. But Chayak cleaves in 2. No enemy jungler for the attempted steal, and Nako chases. Look for Flackett. He wants his own blood as Vitality have thrown caution to the wind in this game. Yes, Carlson for a trade, but Nako with the Baron and the follow-up kills is making this look sweet for Vitality.
The innovation is paying off beautifully. Using this Anivia to answer the Rumble. Chayak now, I mean this, oh, not quite. Oh,
close. The raptor.
The chicken. Help. Very close, but I mean, what a one-sided fight that was for Vitality. A confident game from them, and it really all stems from that has been for Heretics to manage their side lanes at all. And so they keep this 4-1 setup, and they really just don't have an answer to it. So the siege is going to come through. Heretics really can't respond. Their only engage is Shayo, and they're just stopping him from getting anywhere near them.
Yesterday, only 9 degrees in Berlin. Nako brings it back in. All the flash in. The hostile takeover, though, is beautiful. Vitality are cornered in with a good ulti setup, but the X still alive, buying time. Team Heretics won't care too much though, because they've already found pick on top, pick on jungle, pick on support, and now for Kazi, he needs a trade but won't find it. Vitality, bit of an 0-7 there. This game should still be theirs, but Betty, bit of a throw as Sten almost dying to Chayek, but here's Shale as a response against AD. Should be fine, but again against Yone, different questions need to be answered. The only one alive, Vitality blundered.
This is the team fight that Heretics have been looking for, though. The huge wombo combo. The idea that all the ultimates stack on top of each other and Vitality is grouped enough that they can do some serious damage to the whole team. They're finally able to execute it. And you can see how scary...
That when Team Heretics were down 13.5.
No. It was a blip on the radar.
Okay.
I'm convinced that this game is unlosable.
You don't have like an ult or anything by saying unlosable, do you? Like, that's not you. As I share all the angle, beautiful Kazi caught out. Camilla with a great ulti as well. Hang on, Betty, what have you said? Niski's isolated and Lensis is doing nothing, and Impale that finally comes through with the hostile takeover. Gets Nucko. Blacken gets over the wall just to find Niski. Lensis dealing with him, while meanwhile, Chai can't do too much. Stend is dead, yes, but it's only one in the face of three. Vitality are almost all dead again.
What is happening?
Betty, stop opening your mouth. What do you mean you refuse to believe it?
How?
Lensis, is he dead? Is he dead? I think Lensis might be dead.
That's Baron in a minute. He's set for 52 seconds.
Betty, you altered.
No, there's no. We get back to live.
Ooh,
oh no.
Mistake though. Hello. Camilo caught out. There's a lot of bursts here. Nucko, you can see there. Half HP in an instant. Wall out.
But Shao.
Flash out. But you're right. Shao again, the saving grace. He did it in the bot fight. He did it mid. And he's trying to do it again. But he can't find any follow-up. Stand not there until the shield comes through. Camilo pops him. Someone's having KFC tonight.
What is... They're forcing the Baron.
Niski's face checking. He's been poked out a little bit. It's Carlson doing zone control. The level 18 Rumble. Chayek is trying to do what he can, get permafrost up. He might be in trouble. Carlson's going to get popped immediately. Baron still has thought though at 3k. The attempt to steal from Lensis gets out of the ulti, but Baron is down. Team Heretics support flashes away immediately, but Vitality cannot let this stand. They need to delay the back as much as they can, but it's Baron. It's going to go back like that. And even though Nucko's alive now, 4 Barons for Heretics, and a fight afterwards. Vitality thought they were safe, but Niski walking in with the Impale's going to drop down. Lensis up next. They're being toyed with. Vitality are like dolls on chains. Dance for me, boys. Dance.
If he doesn't find an angle,
a great point.
And he keeps finding the angles.
Dragon going to be started. This is for Chemtech. Soul for Team Heretics. Vitality need to stop it.
Here we go. Jungler has now made his way over from Vitality. Lensis back out on the map.
Chayek is on bot.
Positioning is crucial. They're in a choke point.
Camilo wall out as well. Shao once again as you said, but ball time doesn't do too much. But Nucko is in the egg. He's in the egg. Flacker gets the kill. Vitality out of the pit. Chayek might just need to hit bot. Go on, Chayek. Try and backdoor because all the team fights are going so bad.
The wombo combo of Heretics.
Not having the same impact that he had earlier on in the fights as Team Heretics have push. Sten. Bit of a mistake, but a handshake from it. Shao comes in, but look at where he is. The Glacial Storm is ticking down, chilling him to death. The Impale's good as well with the ball time. Lay it on. Vitality being womboed again. Kazi tries the space, but Shao is a running nightmare. Team Heretics bring it all together. They're running through mid, and Vitality fight after fight, kill after kill, get no signs of relief. Carlson flashing on top. Chayek trying to jump in, but the last 2 members of Vitality are kaput. The dream's gone, and Vitality have lost it all in one big, long 40-minute game. Thaddeus, this is League of Legends. This is what it's all about. We were here to witness this in what has been about a 2-0 unbelievable disaster nightmare. Bloody brilliant display from Team Heretics.
Like, you have a lot of people that are kind of this point-and-click murder someone. So for someone like a Ziggs who wants to play far back, having this point-and-click death charge into the Aswo.
HP. Irrelevant. It's a possible dive here as Broken Blade has got this cannon wave in underneath the tower. Skew1's going to tank it first. Irrelevant jumps away. Skew1 flashes to the edge of tower range, and Broken Blade isn't tanking the tower yet. Irrelevant flashes himself. BB could look for this, but could also just go for the plate. He might almost die here to Irrelevant. Has to flash away. was thinking about the kill so much, he didn't really notice his health bar falling, sapping him down from 113 as Caps has jumped on, and Nuke just Goomba stomps him.
Well played by Nuke. Buffering the jump.
Keep his TP in the top side as well, so he could teleport down here. Nuke is looking for Caps. He'll jump in. Needs the knockback with the Buster Shot. The flash twist in advance as well. The follow-up. Caps is clapped for the second time this game. And BDS will take the Drake as well. Nuke is on an absolute tear.
Nuke is styling on them. This is sick. And kind of a little bit of criticism about the leverage at Nuke over the last little while, saying he just hasn't felt like his old self. There's a loss, which is when they end up in a position where they have a losing bot lane, they start to swap their lanes very quickly around the map. Oh, we got the all-in, but Caps managed to avoid.
Seismic's jump just short though. Lebrov's trying to come in from the side. Nature's Grasp out from 113. Should just clip Lebrov's. Caps able to stand to the side of it. Lebrov down to 100 HP and knocked back with the Buster Shot. The Ignite will take his life. Skewmon trying to turn it around, but no real follow-up from the rest of G2. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Broken Blade jumping onto Irrelevant, who gets the wallop and lands a house in the face of BB, and BB has to flash away again. Irrelevant has a flash of his own, with the house not quite connecting. I think Irrelevant will call off the chase.
Irrelevant going to be happy that he got the flash, though. Hansam also shifted down. He also saw Caps on the way down, so Irrelevant kind of rightly being a bit perturbed as to what might be coming his direction.
No flash. Nature's Grasp again, Nuke just jumping forward, and Caps is going to get rooted up here. Seismic Shot will get the knockback onto Nuke with the twisted advance follow-up. The Buster Shot not enough to kill off Caps. In fact, it wasn't even used, it's just the Bramble Smash from 113. He continues to chase. Caps living on 7 HP somehow. Nuke very hungry for blood. He gets another auto. 43 is where Caps walks away. Skewmon able to dodge away from Nuke as well.
It will be 113 who falls instead.
Released 7 HP between Caps and dying in that exchange. You can see Lebrov hovering here once again as Nuke jumps forward. There's the solar player. Lebrov is going to get caught by it. Zenith Blade there for the follow-up with the Aftershock. Lebrov is quite tanky for a while, but when it expires, he's not that tanky anymore. Sent to sleep with the fishes by BDS.
Yeah, again, Nuke is just playing around the fact that whenever you use the Q as Caps, cool, you've got no return damage. That's the spell you max. That's where all your DPS is. So finding these moments where you can jump in and constantly having Paris and 113 there, but they want to turn it.
Paris able to walk away for now. 113 coming in from the side. Jumps onto Caps once again. Nuke going in. Caps with twisted advance. The follow-up. They just have so much CC. Doesn't matter if you get away from the first one, you can't escape the subsequent crowd control. Paris will fall as well, so it is a 1-for-1 exchange.
He's looking up towards that top side. 4 Void Grub's going to be pretty nice for a composition that definitely wants to try and play through towers, but at this point in time now, this is where they've got to go, right, Icy or opening mid, which you can see now.
Hook. Would have pulled him under the tower, and then you have the depth charge follow-up with the concussive blows as well. That's CC. Twisted advance forward onto Skewmon, gets the knockback with a Nature's Grasp. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Hunsummer rooted by it, cleanses and flashes and gets over the solar player. Skewmon the next target here for BDS as they find one, and now with the TP coming in from Broken Blade, Nuke's looking for more. Depth charge on the tower, killer instinct in. Nuke went too deep, but did Broken Blade do the same? No! Because Caps is here on a Weaver's Wall, and he weaves his way through BDS. 2 kills, 2 G2, they lose 1. They will lose some damage on this tower as well.
Nuke got greedy on the play. The man we've been praising all game long goes too deep, ends up getting knocked up with the depth charge, and crucially, his damage isn't there for when the BDS have to respond to, but they do have 2 of those TPs available at the moment, and there's a Rift Guard in the middle.
Yeah, point of pressure from BDS as the Rift Guard charges in. The Satchel charge then follows up, and that's a very dead tower. No need even to put extra pressure on.
G2, and now they've been able to shift across over towards the Dragon, so it's going to be on BDS to try and retake the area. Lebrov is not in position, though.
It's also whether BDS don't need to force in. You
move in towards this bottom side of the map.
I mean, that's how it's gone. Yeah, you have Short Fuse, you have Satchel, you have Demolish proc, you have so much. BDS.
Irrelevant going to try and run it.
I mean, the problem is Drake's up now, right? Irrelevant's going to run away. He's going to hop on top of a minion, take a little bit of a taxi there. Depth charge coming out onto Irrelevant, trying to build up that Mega Nut, but that's Killer Instinct in. And the shutdown goes over to Lebrov. Caps knocked back with the Buster Shots, and BDS took a long time.
On bottom side and cheat tempo, but they just needed to clear out mid-wave, and G2 read it well. They immediately collapse onto them, and now they get the Dragon.
Getting towards those third items as well. They're still a strong composition, and they still have strong members. The problem is, sometimes when a small thing happens like that, and Broken Blade goes in with the last breath, Nuke is dead. things start to fall like dominoes was the end of my sentence, and it feels like that may happen. Minions get that magic resist on them and don't take as much damage from ice overall. TP coming in here from Irrelevant. He is still fully Mininar as far as I can see. The Baron Mega Inferno Bomb's not going to take it. Smite from Skumond is good. LeBron's going to sacrifice himself here. Or can he flash across the wall to safety? OPLoLReplay hits too, but it's Skumond and Broken Blade. Not really the targets you're looking for. Nature's Grasp goes down. Broken Blade falling low, but has that shield. Nuke now looking to jump across the wall, but can't get close enough. And all of G2 get out with their lives. 21% of G2's total damage. Broken Blade, 28%. First in the league is about 2 percentage points higher than any other top laner, and that damage per minute difference of 150, where most people are doing around 700 damage, that's really impressive from him so far.
Yeah, he has been absolutely incredible, and the fact that he's able to bring out things like the Gwen, the Jax is fantastic to see.
Being one of G2's most consistent players and one of their carries overall. Tier 2 in the bot lane, the target here for G2. BDS a little bit slower on the response. You can see don't really have the range to get that wave cleared out before G2 just take the tower. We're also taking away the jungle. Come back in. There's the Leandries. Still only 2 items on Nuke, and when you look at how tanky Skumond is, it's going to take him a long time to work his way through that Mundo. A little bit of trading happening as Caps goes for the seismic shove. This is all about mid lane prio. OPLoLReplay hits onto Broken Blade. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb follow-up, and he's on the back foot immediately. Irrelevant's building up that Mega Nova as well with the Nature's Grasp coming out. It's going to be hard for G2 to get out of this one, but Skumond eats it up well. The rest of G2 able to hide behind that Mundo.
That could have gone so much worse. Paris sent the Zenith Blade into the wind wall of Broken Blade, so didn't get the lockdown where I think BB would have fallen, and that could have been it. But now G2 trying to get those flanks we were talking about.
And it's the gating as well from BDS. You can see they're keeping Skumond and LeBron at arm's length towards the top side. They'll secure the Drake. Now TP from Broken Blade into the middle of the team. Skumond pops the maximum doses, but he's ignited, so we won't be able to heal up too much. Broken Blade in the midst of BDS is immediately blasted to Kingdom Come. Unsummer with a killer instinct, just trying to survive. He's the prey, not the predator this time as he dives away. OPLoLReplay gets the clip on Caps, but the follow-up not quite there. Good seismic shove on Paris to keep him away from that Zenith play.
Yeah, so they will get the G2 until we know where they are.
The frogs in the kettle.
Yes.
You know, yeah. Understandable. Test the waters first as Caps isn't testing anything. Goes in with the Weaver's Warpod stopwatch to avoid the Mega Inferno Bomb in the OPLoLReplay. Unsummer dived in with a killer instinct, and he did kill off Ice, but there's the Gnar from Irrelevant. He's going to jump across the wall. He'll kill off LeBron, and BDS find 2 of G2's engaged.
They went so deep for Ice, but it just meant that Hans Sam had no one to help him out on the end of it. And the brawl followed.
It's a bit of a bodyguard, a bit of a bouncer. Skumond steps forward, BDS turn around towards them. Really trying to force G2 into making a decision here, maybe taking the fight.
BDS just want to buy time for Ice. He's up in 3 seconds with TP.
Skumond forced away. Look at the damage from Irrelevant. G2 can't even get close. Irrelevant and Paris keep them at bay. BDS secure the Baron. And now only 1,000 gold on average ahead at 14 minutes. And they just negated all of that. They said, okay, we'll pick Ziggs, we'll pick Tristana, we'll play through mid, and then every time you try and get to another lane to get the damage down, we're going to be there first. Skumond trying to walk in here, but immediately has to walk out, knocked back with the Buster Shot. The Drake secured by BDS. They'll be on the back foot now as Skumond's looking for the chase with that maximum dosage. LeBron could go for a hook. Caps coming in from the side, but in the end, G2 can't find an avenue to approach.
They got the Dragon. BDS are going to be happy. A little bit of anti-synergy with the knockback from Nuke brought his Ice out of that. So I think it's going to be a case of trying to wall Ice off and look for these plays, but you can see them trying to overload those windows to see if they can find the pick, but it is opening up for BDS.
He's just pushed out a wave. He's got a teleport. Broken Blade. Caps is going to TP in.
Yeah. This is a mistake. Irrelevant should have not have gone for the red buff. He should have been pushing out that wave into a slow push so then they can test on towards the Dragon. But now you've got 2. That's your inhibitor gone.
I mean, it's your Nexus gone if no one gets back in time. Irrelevant is there right now. Does have the TP. The Drake has been begun by BDS, but Broken Blade and Caps are on the Nexus towers. Broken Blade down to half HP. OPLoLReplay's going to land it, but also secured for BDS, but they're on the run. As LeBron lands the hook onto Paris, Broken Blade and Caps unable to get much more as Nuke's going to teleport in. Unsummer dived into the backline, pops the cleanser, doesn't go pop himself. He survives another good hook from LeBron and Paris, and Ice are able to kill off Unsummer. Meanwhile, Caps and Broken Blade are dead. BDS have found everything they wanted as G2 tried to split them up, but only Skumond stands still as BDS collapse on him. It's an ace for 1-0, an Infernal Soul, and the game for BDS.
Irrelevant held his ultimate long enough to smash Caps into the wall the second he came out as Anya's, and now BDS are looking to smash down these towers as well and finish out this game.
And G2, they tried to pull something tricksy on BDS, but Irrelevant and Nuke held strong. They held the line, and with the Infernal Souls at their backs, were able to win both fights out. BDS will take the Nexus Towers, and what is in one hell of a shocker, they'll take game one as well. Tank damage, right? You can go Cyrildas for your Last Whisper if you want, but often he's not a Jinx. He's not a Tristana, he's not a Zeri, he's not really going to work his way. See Skewmon trying to close the gap with the Vault Breaker. He does have 6, so he's got the cease and desist, but they decided not to go on Paris, maybe because they saw Nuke coming around the corner. They will try and take away this blue buff. 113's on his way across. Lebrov's going to find Paris, who's fleeing at the moment from the Grim Visage. Skewmon starting to close the gap, has to flash away from the Grand Entrance. 113 and Nuke collapsing in. Electroshock Laser coming out. Skewmon the first target. Another Vault Breaker won't save him from the Arcane Storm. BDS continue to collapse, continue to show up G2. NET will get 3 grubs. The second Drake usually a little bit closer on timings because of the different respawn times, but BDS also got 2 of the first grubs. As we see the dominance used here by Broken Blade. Call of the Forge God coming out as well. Broken Blade flashes early and will escape. Skewmon now looking for perhaps a dive as Caps begins to collapse. Recall channeled by Irrelevant. Skewmon should be the one to tank this. Wait for the Bellows Breath. Wait for the knockup. Skewmon tanks, and there's the kill. G2 on the board. Nuke coming in from the side, flashes the wall though, and Skewmon is going to fall again. The Arcane Storm into the tower shot. Importantly as well, BDS keep hold of the top tier 1. That would have fallen very quickly.
Spot, as it just feels like you don't have it quite enough through Zeri to get control over mid to lean to either of these sides. And Broken Blade has just been doing phenomenally by himself.
He's had a whale of a time against Irrelevant, who has lost gracefully, but has definitely lost. 700 gold behind right now. Full completed item as 113 put out just a little bit. Skewmon has that cease and desist. Will go for 113. That's the Crescent Guard quickness coming out from Paris, but he's knocked up before he can even charm anyone. The trample from Lebrov for another stun. G2 find 2, and now Nuke is in for a world of hurt. Lebrov's on the chase. Caps pulls him back with grasping more. There's the knocker follow-up into the spiraling despair. G2 come to life and find 3 on the top side.
G2 having control over mid was so important there. Ice couldn't get to the fight, and immediately Skewmon pulls the trigger. They get the play on towards the jungler, and they just continually follow up for more and more kills.
And this is the G2 that we were looking for in game 1, that we expected to see in game 1. 14 minutes in, they are in a huge...
It's not off a huge amount of kills. It's plays like this where, yes, you get a kill, but it's getting towers and getting plates.
Call of the Forge God coming out from Irrelevant as he tries to survive. Tower is going to fall. G2, are you on the back foot? Are you on the front foot? Grasping more doesn't land. Hansama having to jump away from 113, who pops the Crescent Guard, and in the end, G2 escape pretty much unscathed. A couple of health bars a little lower than they'd want it to be, but they managed to take the tower. They get the TP out of Irrelevant and out of Nuke.
That's all you wanted. As G2 is like, you don't need anything more. You get 2 big summoner spells out from BDS.
And then take the game away from G2. And they do still have that option here. Zeri scales well. Victor scales really well. Ornn gives the ornaments out like it's Christmas and gets you in a good position. Hansama charmed up. Here's the Call of the Forge God coming out, but Lebrov with a good knockback will stop Irrelevant from getting that off as quickly as he'd like. 113 now the target. He's feared up with the Grim Visage, and with Broken Blade TPing in. The True Shot Barrage coming out. Doesn't quite clip it. Broken Blade's going to fall 1-for-1. Top lane and jungle dead so far. Spiraling Despair, not enough to kill off Paris. He jumps away from the final severing bolt, and in the end it will be a 1-for-1 exchange. Caps caught out a little bit as Nuke starts to step into a bit of a choke. Skewmon coming in to defend his mid lane. A Drake is up, but Nuke willing to step forward. That Rod of Ages making him very tanky.
Yeah, it's just the fact you have Irrelevant in front of you as well, being able to take a ton of space. Skewmon now set up the dragon, no 113, but BDS, I think you just let this dragon reset, try and buy time for 113 to get here.
Well, I was debating whether they collapsed on Skewmon really quick because his Vault Breaker was cancelled by the dragon rising from the ground, but you do get a quicker reset on that, so he was able to get out in time. 113 back up and on the map at the tier 2 in the mid lane right now, sprinting here as quickly as he can get here, and will be here in time. Only Broken Blade is back and alive, but it looks like G2 have given up the ghost on fighting over this Drake. It will be sole point.
Like, he's playing as if he has support,
Yeah.
which then makes BDS go, oh, he must, but he doesn't.
LeBron
They're here.
goes in, looking for Nuke, but there's no follow-up. No one to chase in as Paris is coming across and Ice has killed LeBron. Like, LeBron went really deep for that, and the damage just wasn't there. Nuke steps forward, Hextech Ray on Hans Summer. G2 do have first move in the river right now. BDS trying to wrestle their way in. 113 goes in, there's the double knockup call to the Forge God as well. And already Skumon's down and Caps will follow suit. BDS just blow up G2. The True Shot Barrage coming out as the Chemtech Drake has been begun by BDS. Broken Blade looking for the flank, but do you really have the damage here on Summer and BB on half HP? I think not. BDS will get the soul.
E2 can contest this.
I mean, the trigger finger to just see Skumon and be like, he's dead.
Yes.
Beautiful from BDS. After in the last game we were talking about how their team fighting hasn't been as good this spring. That was sublime to see. They get the Nash as well. Hansama tried to poke out. Irrelevant's going to answer Broken Blade towards the side. G2 back away. BDS will take their first tower of the game. The gold lead's still in G2's favor, but if BDS use this Baron buff well, they can begin to explode it in theirs. Now Irrelevant, knocked up by Skumon. Broken Blade looking for the damage. Call of the Fortress coming out as well. They've already taken half his health, and it's a good knockback from Skumon to stop the train coming back the other way. Tickets, please. Skumon's the conductor.
Yeah, BDS don't really have the push. They want a huge play.
Oh, sorry, I was dodging the True Shot Barrage. Mistake, because Nuke will get the tier 1 in the bot. Did you not see that?
What?
Hansama just ulted like halfway through his own jungle. Maybe, actually, it could have been for Vision. It could for themselves. Elder up in 1 minute 50, Baron up in 2.5.
Yeah, I think this game is getting to a point, though, where G2 just can't really...
still pushing on a side, and this seems to be the G2 playbook when they're starting to pull.
Oh my god!
Charm. This is the BDS playbook! Hansama dashes away, but he's shut down. LeBron goes in and lands a 3-man knockup, but there's no follow-up from the rest of G2! BDS! It's deja vu! I've seen this one before! They win another fight in the river. Broken Blade is going to be able to get the top inhibitor, but can Skumon steal it? The jungle is still alive for G2 as BDS look to catch him out. Caps and Skumon doing everything they can here. Irrelevant's gone back to base. The inhib's down. Paris is going to mark Skumon. Stick on that buy. Spot him out the whole time as Ice jumps over to Caps. He takes the blast cone to safety. And the Elder secured for BDS. The Baron also in their eyes.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I think BDS can move over.
You can't fight now. It's Elder Dragon. It's a 4-item AD carry. It's almost a 4-item mid laner as well. BDS, they get the Fighter Elder, they get the Baron as well. The Baron expires in 1 minute and 10. Call of the Forge God used. The Elder expiring in 2 seconds. Paris going in with the quickness. Look at the damage on Hans Summer. He doesn't die somehow to the ticks. The Elder must have just expired, but the inhibitor's down. And now LeBron is going to follow suit. BDS find another. They get the inhibitor. No wave in mid, no wave in bot, though. They may just have to back away 50 seconds before the Baron expires.
I cannot...
He has his flash. Is he in too deep? Is he trying to keep a rush of blood in his head instead of going under? Slices away. Now Irrelevant has the flank. Brittle proc into the knocker. Broken Blade holding his flash. The Gravity Well's going to get the stun down. He slices forward. Heals a bunch with the Cold the Meek. Now can flash to the ground. Paris going in with the quickness as 113 continues to chase. Meanwhile, G2 are pushing through bot and through mid. BDS don't have a wave here. And G2 have a window to try and take some more away from BDS. The inhibitor tower in the mid lane is going to fall as Caps opens up on it, but 113 now has the flank. Hans Summer jumping forward. The inhibitor tower wasn't able to do it quickly enough, so Caps is there to catch it. They don't really need those waves to be synced, though. G2 don't have the numbers, don't have the wave clear to stop the push for the BDS. Should know the G2 jungler is around here. Broken Blade, the one who has the mid lane prio. LeBron, the one who's caught out. Hans Summer able to jump away. LeBron goes in with a headbutt pulverize and knocks back Nuke. He pops the stop. Watch the spiraling spare coming out as well as LeBron has fallen low. Jump back in by Skumon. Hans Summer has been untouched so far, but so has Ice. LeBron finally gets onto Ice. So far it's a 2 for 2 as Hans Summer has to flash away and get to the blast cone. No waves really in difficult spots so far. There's a mid wave, and G2 could play for it for the inhibitor. Super minions pushing towards the top side of the map. G2 should be able to get this inhib, but the question is, do they risk it with BDS collapsing?
That's such a huge wave in topside for BDS as well, and G2 know it, so they get the inhibitor and they will end up backing away, but what a fight!
Topside! G2 are playing for the Baron. Off the tempo, somehow they weren't able to get out towards the Elder in time. Hans Sommer is starting up the Baron right now. 113, True Shot Barrage coming out. That's just going to help 113 get this lower quicker. The Baron down to 10,000. G2 should be able to secure this. Irrelevant's coming in with the Call of the Forge God though, and Caps is having to back off. The Baron taken by G2, but BDS are making a beeline down the mid lane as they have a wave to support. Broken Blade, the only one here to defend, has no flash. Has Baron up minions, and Super's pushing in as well, but this inhibitor will go down. Inhibitor in the top lane has respawned in the meantime as BDS crack into the base once again of G2. G2, yes, you've got the Baron, but you can't really fight into the Elder, and there's 2 minutes on that buff.
Yeah, they should just be able to get both of these inhibitors, and then honestly, I think you just reset and look to try and play through this bottom side as BDS. Oh, this next wave is coming in. They want to play on these waves, but I think it does get a little precarious. You still have the Elder Dragon, but trying to get these waves to the tower is so difficult against Caps and these barred up minions.
It's really hard to get in range as well, because Hans Sommer continually is just poking with these mystic shots. No wave in the top lane. You can see the super minions crashing where the top tier ones used to be, so a long way away for BDS. They are playing off these waves. A minute 25 on the Elder means they'll have 2.5, 2 more, maybe 3 waves, depending on when the waves come in. BDS trying to catch 2 waves at once does mean the top wave will push in. It's Hans Sommer! It's caught out with a mid because Lightning Paris getting in there as well. The Call of the Forge God is enough to kill off Hans Sommer. Skuma dived into the back line, but the Elder engage from BDS! It's bloody brilliant! They find everyone! Look at that storm! The storm to end all storms! The ending of Arcane lives up to its name. Caps trying to hit the Severing Bolts. They have no minions now, BDS. The super minions pushing in. Nuke is low, but heals up through that Chem Soul. Caps here to defend. Can he do it into Paris? Nuke and Irrelevant. Paris, Flash coming back off cooldown. The heal about to come back up as well. Caps dodges to the side, but he's brittle, he's fragile. Where